Good morning, this is Ben AI6YR with another ham radio project. Today, a friend of mine, another ham radio operator, was cleaning out his garage and joked that I should make an antenna out of this ore. So I'm going to see what this ore does in terms of resonance, and maybe we'll make it into some kind of antenna. So here's a few tools that I've got here. First is I have a measuring tape, just so I can maybe do some math and figure out where it might be resonant. It looks like this ore is about 45 inches. However, it's very thick, so that's going to change the effective amount of metal. So it'll probably look a lot longer than its actual length there in terms of electrical properties. I've got a SWR analyzer, and this one only goes up to a little above 2 meters, 170. There are some much cheaper, much better VNAs now that you can buy off eBay. I don't have one of those right here, so I'll see what I can do with that. There is a piece of coax, and at the end I have put a couple of battery clamps, so I can clamp on those to any piece of metal for the positive and the negative. And I suppose I'll put some kind of ground plane on this maybe to see what I can do there. Or I guess if I had two paddles, I could make it use the two parts of the paddle. But I've got just one paddle, so let's try doing some math here. We know that this paddle is about 45 inches. And the formula, which was in the tech exam for a few years, is 468 divided by frequency equals the number of feet for a half-wave dipole. So if you do all the math, frequency equals 468 divided by the number of feet, and then we know we have 45 inches divided by 12 inches equals 3.75 feet. Okay, now that means the frequency, and this is in megahertz, equals 468 divided by 3.75 feet, and that ends up being 124.8 megahertz. We can actually divide that in half, so for a quarter wave vertical, that equals 62.4 megahertz, if I did all my math correctly. So let's see what the analyzer says. Okay, so this is the antenna set up as a vertical, and let's spin around and see what we can get in terms of where this is resonant. So here's your analyzer. I've got it set so I can change you can see the needle there, and just move around, see where we're doing, and looks like we're resonant around 138 megahertz here. 150, so remember we calculate around 154 megahertz, and not that great. Well, that's okay, 2.1. And this only gets to 172, so it looks like, let's see what 144 is. 144 is on the ham band, and we are about 3.8, so it's not great at that. Let's go down to 50 megahertz, which is 6 meters, no good. It actually is resonant around 58 megahertz, not in the ham band. It's probably not going to be any good higher up, but let's see here. Go to 10 meters, And looks like if we go up to, oops, let's see here, we got 28. Looks like in the voice part of 10 meters, it actually would work in 10 meters, at least in its current configuration here. And CW part of 10 meters is 1.8 as a vertical. So could use this as a vertical for 10 meters. Not perfect, but it would work. Until here. And it shouldn't work any higher than this, because now as you go down to, let's see, go to, it's just really short at this point. So it should be all, this should not work at all. Yeah, it's way too short for all the higher bands. So there you go. So see what we can do for this antenna. So just for fun, I've connected this to an HF rig, and this is on WWV as a receiver. I wouldn't transmit, but you can at least hear it. Okay, I'm on 10 meters. I actually moved the coax, so it's no longer coiled. So it turns out, and this is coax 1, when it's rolled out, the SWR is way high. It's above 2.5. So I put it on the tuner just to see if I can tune it up, and tuned it to noise and get to 1.5. That's with a lot of help of the tuner. So I don't think anyone's out here on 10 meters, but let's see. AI6YR radio check.
Clear, Ben.
Great, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, just trying a new antenna here. Loaded up a canoe paddle. AI6YR.
That's better than a wet noodle, I guess. K6UJL.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Phil. Yeah, I'll put a picture of it up on the CVARC site or something like that. Warren gave it to me from the SwapNet, and I loaded it up, and it tunes on 2 meters. So there you go.
This is an aluminum paddle, then.
Yeah, one of those short aluminum paddles. So I'm surprised it's working at all, though I had to put it through a high power radio because of where it's mounted.
Okay. Well, good signal. Well, anything will be a good signal to me here. But you're making the repeater nice and low quality. Talk to you later. K6UJL.
Hey, thanks a lot, Phil. Appreciate it. AI6YR. Well, there you go. It's a little silly, but there's turning a canoe paddle into a antenna, and it works on 10 meters with a little tuning, and 2 meters. So just to prove you can do it, it's not perfect, but it works. And I'm AI6YR.